do you need public space in that particular area? Why did you miss public space there? Why do you hate?
You mean the trolley buses or the bus stations?
The trolley buses in this Ruslan. How do you identify the need for public space there?
Suddenly all the tour buses are complete, or like you see the small.
My first question was why the need for public space there. First question was that, and then from that I understood that it's really the public space that is need for public space that motivated and participation.
Aber she anyway, konzeptuell ausdrücken, wenn du konzeptuell auch.
Was can I talk to the first is that there was no such thing as a need for public space. We didn't start with intention to create public space or address public space. It was not how we started. It's just we went into the field, we made work and research, and it came naturally during that research that one way we was theoretically learned like the whole history of Bangladesh. I was working with a theory from Foucault and with the theory of alternative spaces and public spaces and all that stuff. Really made much information. And it came really naturally that this place, we discovered this place really just by coincidence. And it turned out that this place represented like the whole context we were researching. Because the city, if you know the history of the city used to be one of the epicenters of industry. And then when it collapsed, it lost its function. Then it was the whole time, I don't know, like 15 years the city was useless in a matter of, it had no function. And now, this whole context is changing because now there's the biggest car market in the whole South Caucasus there. So the city has undergone a certain kind of transformation. And what we found in this place was just, if you say it really bad, really a simple way, we just found like the visual manifestation of the whole evolution. And it was just what we found. We could have found that anywhere else. We could have found it in a private space. Might have been, but it just came really naturally and really by coincidence that we found it. So we just found this place and we thought, okay, this place is great. It has potential. We can do something out of it. So we just took people from there, took people from here. We just brought them there, let them work on it. Just as how to their own individual approaches. This is just how it came out. It was not in order to make public space and to create it. It was just there. We just used the potential, and we could use the potential because we had all the background and knowledge. So it was not something forced. It just came really just came by like that. So I don't know if this answers the question because you look skeptical.
I think the intention is very good, but if you frame it to be an intervention in public space.
No, we don't claim it to be intervention. Our first that was really the intention was strong, but this one.
Because then we come back to the question why it's not in the gallery. It's the same thing. Just put into a gallery and then the whole history of this place is exhibited publicly in a gallery space.
Of course, put the history in a gallery, but not this one. Because without the trolleybuses, this exhibition was not
put
happening.
the trolleybuses in the gallery as well.
But then why do you put trolleybus in a gallery? If the trolleybus is in its own place, naturally, why do you put trolleybus? Then you don't have to create, then again, artificial environment.
Because rather,
I asked.
Yeah.
But can I just say one thing? I think it would be really, I suppose what's really interesting with art practice is a critical practice. And I think the interesting thing is what is the role of that? What is the role of the art? You know, is it political? Is it social? Is it to do with your, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, it can be just that's your theoretical, you know, it's about refunctioning, it's about reuse, it's about, you know, and to me that's relevant, you know, in a way. But I think what is quite important is where, because if, you know, I suppose the things that were shown earlier, some of them were propaganda, you know, so it was public art as propaganda. There was kind of very close things, and even if you look from church painting, very kind of propagandist in a way. And then you have kind of different art which maybe are to do with kind of social change, possibly. There are some which you might use really big artists that then brings tourism, brings it, so it starts to become economic change. And there are certain things which are art projects which have a certain theory within themselves, within the public realm. And they don't have to do a service, they can be art projects. And that's the nice thing about art, that it doesn't have to be a service. With architecture, it's a service, But art doesn't have to, and then that's a big debate at the moment, whether it, it's a cultural cultural production or cultural development for a space. So I think it's just really important where those things just sit. And I think once one is clear where those things sit, then I think that's the interesting thing. And I think within this context, within the Georgian context, where does that sit? That's for me is really interesting to know. And hopefully, and it's great that this debate is happening. So hopefully, between you guys, I can kind of continue. I can't tell you the answers. I have no idea. But I think that for me it becomes an interesting debate.
I just want to say more about this is a whole discussion why there and why not together. I mean, you just work differently. I mean, of course, there is stuff. There's art which you show everywhere or do everywhere. But if you as an artist try to I was in this Trolleybus festival, so when you guys asked me to do something with your Trolleybus, it's totally different. And if you ask me to do something related to the Trolleybus in the gallery, then we have this space, we have all these ideas, we have this knowledge, we have like something different, and then you kind of try to connect to that. I would have never done what I did there in an art, because it wouldn't make sense. So I think like this question, why not in a gallery, why there, I think it's actually obsolete. You want to ask this question. We work in different spaces and we relate to different spaces. And both are fine. Like I won't say that only work in public space, and I wouldn't say only work in galleries or whatever. But we work differently and it has different visuals in different places.
I think this work is not work with trolleybuses in the gallery or outside the place. It's a work with that particular social concept. You use trolleybuses, whatever, you can use the walls of that background. But you don't work with the wall or with the trolleybuses, but work with the social concept. That's what makes difference from working in a white cube. And you can put 100 trolleybuses in a white cube and it can be excellent work, but it will be different work. It will be work with trolleybuses in a white cube. And that work is not work with trolleybuses, but work with that particular social context. And my question is, why there is a need for a public space in that particular social context? Because what you did create a public space. You did create a space where people came. Why did you need that space there? I understand partially your research and interest for the space, for the city, for the history. When as a public space, what does it connect or which tool or how does this intervention? Because speaking of public space, we also speak of some functions. It's not just illustration.
Function was that the place was open for everyone, and that's why we told that the children who live nearby, they came by, and we got to interview them now.
It was more about discussion.
I'm afraid I'm really glad that the discussion went so far and that we are really discussing, but we have to leave the space now.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you.